Hello, thanks for joining me today on my channel, and this is Discovering My Dividends. And check out my dividend series by clicking subscribe and like and following along. Before I get started, I've got to let you know I'm not an advisor, so this is not a video that's really to give advice. Hopefully, if I point out something that you didn't know about, you'll be able to do more research yourself or see a financial advisor. Now, let's jump into it. So obviously the big question is, why should I invest in dividend stocks? Regular income, potential for capital appreciation, financial stability, inflation hedging, reinvestment opportunities, lower volatility, total returns, which can include the dividend payout, plus the potential increase of the stock price. You're looking for passive income, dividend reinvestment plans, which automate your investments. The potential for attractive yields. Now, if you're new to investing, all of that may be just slightly confusing and you're not sure why you should invest in dividend stocks. So it really comes down to, what is your strategy? What is your risk aversion? And what is your overall goal? Where do you want this to go for you? And how do you see your investment really advancing? And where do you want to get to, right? That's all kind of things you need to figure out before you can figure out dividend investing. But essentially, if you're here, that means you've already kind of narrowed it down to maybe dividend trading, but you're not sure why. Here's the thing with myself. I started off wanting to be a day trader, found out I didn't want to commit the time, didn't have the cash available to commit to what a day trader probably should have to start out. Now you can day trade on smaller amounts, which I've done. I've traded daily on, $10, $20. I've started out with like next to nothing and gone out and traded. Now it's not day trading, so day traders out there, don't get mad for me calling it day trading, but essentially I traded on a daily basis and I was looking for quick gains and quick turnovers. Now I think they call that scalping, which is different than day trading, but essentially you're putting kind of the same time and effort as a day trader because you're going in there every day. You're looking for something that's going to give you a quick gain. And of course, the risk can, of course, be that you're going to lose money along the way. I did find a strategy that was somewhat successful, but the reason I got into dividend trading is my strategy started kind of involving dividend stocks and companies that paid out regular dividends. So you might be sitting there going, well, how did you start out day trading and then get into dividend stocks? Well, I essentially started doing that scalping or quick trading with dividend stocks because I wanted something that I potentially would hold for a long period of time, or I was willing to hold, which reduced the risk of the actual day trade itself. And then if I couldn't get the trade, I'd just hang on to it and collect the dividend. Now I would still try and turn it around for the percentage gain that I was going for, which is usually only 1% to 2% on a daily basis. And if I'm getting, 5% a week, I was more than happy. Plus I was also, potentially getting a dividend payout for anything that I held or anything that I was holding while the dividend payout happened, even if it was only for a day. The thing with day trading is it's very time consuming, and day traders can have huge gains, but I didn't have the cash flow to really get into that arena. So I couldn't do what a day trader was doing. So then what I looked at more recently is maybe switching that over to swing trading or some variation of swing trading, where I'm looking for dividend stocks that have some fluctuation over a year period and maybe 3 to 6 months, something like that. And I'm looking for drops where I can buy in. They're going to pay me a dividend for maybe 1-2 quarters, possibly more, and then I'll sell it for a percentage gain that maybe not that great, but anywhere between 10 and 30%. Now, if you are going to listen to some of the greatest investors of all time, they will say that there's companies out there that can have 100% gain in a year. You just have to watch kind of what their ups and downs are and hopefully buy in at the right time and sell at the right time. Now, regardless of all that, essentially you're going to want to find those dividend stocks that are going to allow you to achieve the goals that you're wanting to achieve. If you're wanting completely passive investing, you're probably not going to get the huge percentage gains that somebody who is willing to put more time and research into stocks that potentially could have swing trades. Stocks that are also possibly stocks you could trade on a more regular basis, maybe even day trading. But those take a lot of time and effort. Someone who wants passive investing or passive income, essentially you're probably looking at the bare bones of what a dividend stock can give you. But if you are investing it wisely and reinvesting it wisely, you're probably looking at the potential for that stock to pay you out quite well as you go forward, especially stocks that have growth in value and growth in the dividend price that they're paying out. Finally, anybody who's new to investing and your risk tolerance is super low, but still you're open to having some fluctuation, you are probably going to be better off with a dividend stock, because those companies tend, especially the ones that are paying out regularly, tend to have more stability, less fluctuation in their price, and the risk of losing money tends to be lower. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but nonetheless, you're probably going to find more stability than you would in companies that are not paying out a regular dividend, or companies that pay out no dividend. Growth companies that are really pushing for that huge growth, which might be of huge benefit to you if you're going for a growth company, but on the other hand, they may not reach the potential that they're trying to achieve with the money that they're not paying out to a dividend, right? So they're keeping all that extra profit and they're putting into certain things to grow the company or grow the value of the company, but it doesn't always come out that way, right? So there's a little bit more risk that way. This way you can diversify the way you want with the dividend stock, but again, it's kind of up to you to kind of determine which way you want to go, how passive, how aggressive you want to be with your investing, and go from there. All right, so leave some comments below and just let me know if you're into dividend investing or what type of investing you're looking at, how you kind of ended up on this video, and why dividends kind of interest you. Share that with whoever joins up. Now, it's a new channel, so it might not be very many people to start with, but go ahead, leave a comment, or let me know what it is you'd like to see a video about, and I can go ahead and add that. Now, I'd also like you to subscribe and like so you can follow along in this series, and this is really just talking about dividends. And yeah, appreciate you stopping by. The next video is going to be talking about the different matrix of what goes into choosing a dividend stock. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.